Hello. Looks like I've deleted a few videos between this last one you guys are going to see and this one here, but fixed that right up, no problem. Welded her back in, put a little paint on it. You never know that happened. That wasn't that big of a deal. I've gone across quite a few acres since then until I had an issue. Remember how I lost that rod and the rim came loose? Well, as you can see in there now, I've got a new rim. There was other reasons why. Of course, look at this cereal rye triticale in there. You got to clean them things out every day when you run in that kind of covers. Otherwise, the overheater. But here's my rim. That's why that bracket came loose. The rim came apart. The rim slipped in past it a little bit and made it come undone. We got quite a few acres across before that happened though. Got all done down there where I was at. Spread and fertilizer and planted all that and everything else. And then I went to leave, but I left my car and left this tractor there, and I shut her off. I heard air leaking, so I knew I had some problems. I got some areas where stuff drags on it, but nothing really wraps up or gives me any problems like I figured I would. This is about the worst it ever gets as far as wrapped up on these things, which I don't think that's too bad. I think it wraps up more because of the key that's in there, or the roll pin, I mean, than anything. These here never wrap up, but they get all wadded up in the springs on the other ones. Yeah, like I said, they're not that bad. Other than that, it's been a good one. Today though, we're heading over here to this machine. Now, like I said, I made some videos planting in this cereal rye and different things, but I deleted them. So I had to hook the old workhorse up to the drill since this other tractor was down to try to get something planted. So I've gotten across quite a few bean ground too. Everything around here is done. I've got more of the conservation ground to do. But this tractor's only got the one out for your hydraulics. So pretty much this one here, I just left it where it's at. As you can see, if I raise it all the way up, it does pick it up off the ground just enough you can get around. So it worked without dual joists. And besides losing a couple of these zipper wheels, they work pretty good on here. They will roll up in mud if it's very wet. Of course, you always go through one wet hole, it seems like, that gives you a problem. So yeah, I've lost one over here. I lost one here in the middle. I had to put an old wheel back on, and I lost one wheel over here on that end. Some of that's probably the insulation problems, because these here come with this bolt that comes through, and it's designed to go on like my planter over there that has that roll pin that goes through it. Well, these don't have a roll pin, they got this little screw. And these style here bearings, the shaft has got a groove in it where that bolt sits into it that holds them on. Well, I figured I'd just tighten them up enough that everything would be fine. They somehow worked out enough. So it'll be fun finding them at the combine, which is probably what's going to happen. We'll And I've walked a lot of acres and I have not come across them. Well, I found one and put it back on, but as of right now I've got 3 that are missing. One was either in this field or this other field over there. And once I got done there and headed to the next field, I got off and checked my seed box, and that's when I discovered. So I went back and tried to find the one row that was missing, you know, closing the trench up. Man, it's hard to find and all that ride. But anyway, let's get this show on the road. Got a full pot back here. I've got 4 chemicals mixed up in that. Back it up into that tractor. Pull forward a little bit. Back her back up. Put her down low range. Got 3 ranges on their speed. It's just, it'd be hard on that hydraulic system. Find this big hill right up here. Full load. residual to hold these broadleaf back. packer through this one just to see what it would do. It laid it down a little bit better, but wasn't quite excited about it enough to do all the ryegrass with the pole packer. But it did lay a lot of it down. Come up in it worth a try. I don't know why, but you guys probably can't see up there very good. It's mainly just ragweed, some grass. Of course, this was CRP land, but then I worked it up, put weed on it, and it was a short time deal. So the ground didn't get worked up as good as I wanted to. Man, it is rough now. And this field we're headed to is the exact same way. It is rough. You can't spray very fast. It grows just because it'll put you up there in this windshield. This is an old sprayer. Suspension on it's not the greatest. So I don't like to put that much stress on everything. Any more breakdowns than what we've already had. Yeah, there's soybeans out there. Might not look like it, but there is. Two buttons will raise this. That one raises that one. And we swing out. Swing out. Swinging them out just by those little toggle switches down here. Of course, we get the wires in the way. That one there moves your outriggers out. Now we're up in the air. We'll lower the boom back down. Lower the other one back down. Put that switch right there on. Pressure gauge does not work right because if I turn it off, that's where it stops at instead of down to 0. Guide system, we will go back to this 46 acre. Yes. Raven control system's on. Everything's ready to go. Then I got a button down here. My foot. I push it down. Boom. We start spraying. Thing to do. Hey, I forgot to get rid of that tree. till it's going to get made up, sprayed on back there with the Kubota. Can't really afford to break a nozzle off. Let's hold this in some. Then we get out of here. Put that bag out. Looks like these trees here, they need to go too. Until these little coves I planted in and out, it'd be too hard to go the other direction. This is a little bit wider, so I'll have to do a little on the end there. Shut this one off, we'll shut that one off, so when we come around here, I will only be spraying this other section that I did not hit. And start to come up out of it, and flip the other ones on. Whoa, looky there, look at that little baby, they just picked up. Normally there's two. When you have one, you normally always have a second one, but it was laying down. Right out here somewhere, some weeds right in here. Where they come running out at? I don't know. Yeah. See the spot right in there. I guess since I'm out of the cab, we'll look at some clovers. I'm not seeing, here we go. See, we got them, they're starting to merge slowly but surely. Beans are starting to come out of the ground. There's a bean there that's not buried all the way. Up there in there. Well, back at it. I wasn't ready for basically a newborn fawn to come flying out from underneath the wheel. I mean, I about ran it over. Video's probably long enough. You guys don't want to see any more anyway. I don't know. All the way back to the tree line, back up around this tree here, way over to the trees far over there. This patch here, it'll be done with everything on the home place sprayed. Now I've got 40 acres up the road. 5 miles or so still to spray, but this is all spraying this afternoon. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, or comment, whatever you